Okay, so for our first boss battle, we are going to first pick one of these tiles that I made here so that it turns on a switch for these guys to activate over here. So your event here, you're going to make it a player touch, so when they walk over it, you're going to turn on a control switch. I made one called Dark One. So all I did was, double click in here and then went to control switches and then turned on Dark One, or you can create a new one, which is probably what you're going to want to do. Label it and push OK. And then I made the screen shake, so it's a little dramatic. And then I said OK. So when I turned on the switch by him walking over this, and what we're going to do is over here, I went and I selected this Monster 14, which is number 100, and I chose this arm, and I chose the other side of that same arm on the other side. Or you can do one at a time. You can do it whatever you like. So for the right side, I went ahead and I made sure that the switch Dark One went on, or that the conditions of this coming on is that the switch Dark One is on. And then I show animation explosion, so there's like an explosion around him. Wait 40 frames, and then we turned on control switch A so that this disappeared when it was done. I put it on parallel process, and I also have it on stop animation, so this guy is moving his hand a little bit. For this side, this hand, we also made sure that our conditional switch is on to Dark One so that when this gets turned on here, this turns on here. The stop animation is also on. Parallel process is also on. We did show animation, this event explosion. I played the BGM boss and played the sound effects monster. And we waited 40 frames. We turned on self switch and we went to page 2. With self switch A, I went ahead and I put this guy on, and I also did a stop animation, and I started his text of mwahaha, yada yada. We're going to add more to this. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into the database because we got to make our enemy. So we're going to change our maximum. 35 now, or whatever number that you're at. And we're going to call this Dark One 1, because this is the first time we're fighting him. That way you can make him stronger. So let's say you are going to have this same boss pop up over and over again. You're going to want to make him stronger every time because your character's probably going to be leveling up. You're going to need to level this guy up. So this is our first Dark One. And you can change his max hit points and SP and all that. I'm just going to throw in anything right now because it really doesn't matter at this point. And now we have to go into our troops, and we're going to change the maximum to 36 for me. Oops. And this one is going to be Dark One 0. And I'm going to add him in there. Oh, we forgot to pick the battle graphic. Silly me. He was number 100? Yes, this guy. He's beautiful. There we go. So he's here. The next thing I'm going to do is when you beat him, he's got to, he's going to open up the next map for you basically. So I'm going to go into enemy, and when he is 25% or below his HP, we're going to turn on control switches. We'll call it Dark One Defeat. And we're going to say OK. So now we can go back into our event, and underneath him laughing evilly, we will put in our battle processing. Okay. I am also actually right before this going to change the BGM, so it's different from the other people you've been fighting. So like all the other troops and enemies that you've been fighting have had a specific music playing. I want to change it for him because he's special. So we'll I know there's a actual where is it? Now I gotta remember. There we go. Change battle BGM. And you can change it to whatever you like. So that changes. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to copy this page, paste it, and turn off the self switch because I don't want that on. And I also want to delete all this, so Shift, highlight all that, delete it. And we're going to change the condition on to being he's defeated. And once he's defeated, he's going to say, no. You are far too strong. But you haven't seen a glimpse of my fantastic powers. And another evil laugh. There you go. And at this point, I am going to, I think we changed the music, so we should probably fade that out. Oh, not that. That. We should also change the, change the battle music back to whatever it was before, which is probably whatever yours was before. Change it back so that it doesn't, next time you get in a fight with a regular old Joe, it's not, you know, your special music for your boss or your bad guy. And let me think, was there anything else we wanted to do? Yes, we did. We want to turn on another switch, and this will be open door. I can spell. We'll say okay. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to control self switch and go to B and say okay. And new event page, and we're going to go to B. And you know what? He had a crystal, so we're going to do that. If I can find one of the crystals. Did I go skip over the one? Yeah. These. And when you go over to get that, we will change this so it says, or actually we will play our sound effect, not our sound effect, I'm sorry, our ME, and we'll do item, and we will say, found the, I don't remember what we did last time, was it the fire crystal? So I guess this time we'll find the earth crystal. Sorry, I can't remember what we did last. Whatever crystal we haven't found yet, or whatever item we haven't found yet. It can be anything. It really doesn't matter. This is just for practice anyways. And if you want to, you can do all those other steps that we did before. You will need to go into your control variables though. choose your crystals and say okay, and now you have added another one so that you have now 2. And you're going to also, if you want, optional, you can add another crystal to your inventory, which isn't in here because it was the water one. Okay. It was a water crystal? I put it in the fire cave? What is wrong with me? I said that I wanted to do an earth crystal, right? So, oops. Here we go. Making that thing happen. There it is. And you can give a description and all this other stuff you want. I'm not gonna. Okay. Okay, so now that we're made our item, we can go ahead and add it to our inventory. And then after that, we're going to want this to disappear. Good old self-control switch. Go to C. And then there will be nothing. Okay. Let's find out if this worked. So I went ahead, find wherever your starting position is, and cut and paste it in here so that you can also check out what you did. So everything worked out just fine, which is fabulous. All right. And you know, I'm thinking I might want to move him. I think I'm going to move this here so that it's in our, like in the middle of everything. What do you think? I'm going to try it and see what it looks like. So upon further reflection, I've completely forgot that there was a reason why I didn't do this last time. The screen shaking needs to be one of these and not all of these ones that we just copy pasted everywhere. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. Say okay, and just add it right on here by pasting. I guess I could. Which means I have to delete all of those, which is totally new. I deleted all of those. I made sure there was no shake in it and it was just the control switch, dark one is on. And then I copy pasted it and I made a perimeter so that way when your character walks over any of these trying to get into this area, he turns on that switch and your bad guy comes. And that is it for this tutorial, thankfully.